Welcome to Out of Home Insider, the loudest voice in out of home. It's funny. A lot of people stop and ask me, they say, Tim, what's that mean? What does it mean to be the loudest voice in out of home? A lot of folks assume it has something to do with being louder than other industry trade coverage. It actually has nothing to do with anyone other than the community that is out of home. Whether you're a big operation, a small operation, have unique marketing insights, or a ton of out-of-home expertise, this is a platform to help the community grow, the community to learn. So I invite you to subscribe, follow, share. Please do all those things that help the community of out-of-home grow through this podcast, through the amazing guests that we have. It's all about democratization. And that's one of the reasons I'm most excited to be a part of the team at OneScreen.ai, where we're bringing buyers and sellers together to help brands win. If you want to learn more about what we're doing at OneScreen, visit onescreen.ai. Without further ado, let's go.
Welcome, everybody, to the Out of Home Insider Show, a podcast like no other, hosted by the one and only Tim Rowe. Get ready to have some knowledge dropped on you and to be entertained, because nothing's more valuable than food for your brain. So sit back, relax, we're about to dive in as the best industry podcast is about to begin.
You're thinking about extending the campaign with Pattison. Pattison enjoys having it up in the market, right? And
yeah, I think Pattison is very happy with what they've seen so far, and they're interested in pursue the concept, the idea, and I think it's valuable for them as well.
It is.
They look good.
Right. It looks good, and like that makes the rest of the market more valuable, because if there's something to look at, then it's people are going to be paying attention to things.
Yeah.
So, and you were talking about like to get a picture of the board, like not just rolling up in your car, and like in outdoor, typically we provide a proof of performance shot where it's.
This is not a proof. It's just like it's a statement. It's even
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's not the same as like how I would get a proof of performance shot would be, I'd be driving down the highway and holding a digital camera, like trying to get a pic, like doing like driving with my elbows and like ultimately I just got a dash cam. But like what you did, like what you have to do, it's an artistic process. It's not.
But there's also the consideration of the typo. It's quite small for an actual billboard. If you walk by, it's fine. If you drive by, it's you don't really have the time to read it.
Yep.
So the main aspect of that is, you have the feel. You can see, you can read what you have to read, but basically the fact that we shoot it and put it on the web, this is where it stands out.
Right.
So it's where you can take the time to read it.
It's more of using the billboard as a canvas for the online expression than it is for an outdoor, to drive a result off of a billboard.
When I first sent the layout, they told me like, it's a little smaller and there is a lot of text, and I got some feedback. I was like, I think that's fine. When you print it back on the web, it looks good. So that was my main concern.
That's really interesting. And sometimes going back to the same location multiple times to get
of course you see
a good picture of it.
Yeah. I did like 2 run, and sometime for the first time I did 3 run.
Wow.
Make sure like I got the light, and I got very lucky. You don't choose the weather, but
no kidding.
Got a very good one. So
what's like the perfect weather?
The perfect weather was over the freezing point last week. So
we set the bar kind of low. That's like it's not freezing cold.
Yeah. So that was good for that.
That's really funny. That's awesome. I'm thinking I might even take this chunk right here and splice it in, because this is really good stuff.
It's your show. It looks good.
Thanks. No, it's fascinating. It's really interesting. I haven't.
Well, I haven't happy to do that with you today, because I really think that this has a enormous potential. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Yanick, what was the inspiration for the project?
But actually, I wanted to get something that will benefit more than just myself.
Sure.
First. So I thought about a project where I could, get a lot of visibility, but for other people as well. And I just, brainstorm with friends and we can do this, we can do that. And finally, just like it happened, and everything went together pretty easily without really thinking too hard. And, the response was pretty good. So we started with 12 billboard, actually.
It's awesome. Like, had you done anything without a home before?
I did the project with another company 2 years ago where we shot all the people who buy media space, and we did some portraits, but it was all the same on a white background, very simple. And, it was a little more square in terms of artistic vision, if I can say that. So this one is more colorful, and it's really with the mood of the people. They choose the color, and it's more creative in a sense.
Got it. Cool. So usually a good place to start is just kind of like introduction. Oh, the dog's here. Say hello. Say hello. Yankee. That's Yankee. He's a blind border collie. He's a good boy. You're a good boy. Can you get down, please? Thank you. Like, who are you? And like, the origin story. Like,
I've been in the photography business for over 28 years. I've done a lot of fashion, modeling, celebrities for a magazine, advertising, stuff like that. And recently I did more portraits, corporate, and some kind of very basic stuff, as well as very creative. But I like to shoot people most. I like to shoot when there's authentic feel about shooting the person. It's not just about interpretation. I like to get the real things. So, and it goes in different ways.
What is it that you like about that so much?
Well, the fact that you present someone in a way that I perceive that person. It's not just like a simple portraits. Yeah. It's a perception of someone, and it's getting the person very familiar with the viewer. So you look at the picture and you feel that, I should be a friend of that person. And I really like the fact that you can make almost anyone feel comfortable in the front of the lens very quickly, and getting through the viewer with that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, especially coming on the back of a year where we've been 80% covered up and like not seeing faces. What's like generally the reaction to the work that you do, and has that changed at all over the last year? How do you see that?
Well, for sure it has changed a lot over time. We're in an era where everything has to be quick. There's no like people who call you a month in advance and prepare, and it's just very, very quick. And we're used to have like update every single day, which is just think about fashion. There were seasons before. Now it's like the look of the day. It's not the look of the season. So I really like the fact that we can translate that old way of doing things in a new way of doing things. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with the billboard story as well, because I'm taking the billboard outside in a sense where I shoot the billboard to present it on the web. So it's it's a kind of a parallel where I look at how fashion and photography has been very quick. And we're doing the same with billboards. It's outside, we shoot it, we present it on the web. So we reach different kind of people with that.
And it's cool what you're doing. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen here in just a second. The project's called IMOOH.
Yep.
And we're going to bring it up on the screen here. We've got Mr. Yanick Déry with us, and I swear I totally have it up. Oh, there it is. Okay. Someday we'll have like a real studio with a producer. I'll be like Joe Rogan, be like, Jamie, pull that up for me. And I'm gonna play this video, and I hopefully I've got the music, the audio level set. definitely encourage everybody to check this out. Maybe Yanick, if you want to add some commentary and kind of talk us through some of what's going on as it makes sense to.
But in this video, I wanted to present where everything happened, where it started. It's Montreal. It's not a small city. There's a lot of people there. And, I wanted to show how big this can be. It's a very challenging process in the sense where all the visual are in the same look, same feel. Mm-hmm. So we have different brands. We have like alcohol, we have people, we have places, and it's all presented in the same way. So I wanted to create an impact, and for that we need a lot of billboards. You cannot just buy one and hope that people will see it. So,
I might have lied. I said that I never edit the shows. I might go back and just reloop that part over and over again. You can't just buy one. You've got 12 in the market, yeah?
Yeah, I wanted to start with something that is impactful. So 12, was my goal was to start with 10, and we got 12. So I'm very happy with that. And so we can understand the concept with 12. You can understand that, it's different brand, it looks the same, there's something. So now we can start talking about it. And if I have like one or two space, it's nice. It's better than nothing, but it doesn't tell what is the concept.
Right. And that's the power of out of home, is to tell a story, like an immersive story that we're the main character in, right? Like, shout out to Pattison Outdoor in Canada, some great locations there. What have you seen in terms of like the hashtag? Are you seeing engagement take place online around the campaign? Where are you getting like the social feedback?
So far, it's hard to tell about the hashtag follow-up. It's just the beginning. I'm open to create some more. I wish I could have like a big impact with 12, but I, honestly know that it's very little. We've covered up a lot of McDonald's ads, but there's still a lot of them there. So they have impact. So before to create a real impact with the hashtag IamOOH, I think it's gonna take some time, but pretty soon. I'm very confident.
Yeah, I'm confident in it too. We've done some experiments in and around like the social listening of outdoor campaigns, and I think as this is up in the market and you get more of that frequency, and people are starting to realize like, I'm supposed to do something now. I'm supposed to engage with that hashtag. When did the campaign go up?
That was last week.
Oh gosh, it's too early to call it. That's so awesome. It looks beautiful. I'm sorry to see you still have so much snow. I'm not sure when this will be consumed by the world, but there's lots of snow on the ground in that video. Montreal is a beautiful city.
It's cold there.
Yeah, no. So what do you hope to be the outcome of the campaign?
Well, I would like to shoot on a regular basis for that concept, and starting in Montreal, it's a great way to start. There's a big potential and great market here, but I'm open to shoot that like anywhere. And the thing is that if I'm shooting product or anything that is still, I can shoot it here in Montreal and send the images and get someone locally to shoot the billboard. So.
Well, if there's one thing that I know is that out of home is certainly going through a revival and a renaissance, if you will, right? A long overdue one, and one that was set back a year, but we're excited to see that take place. And hopefully this is something that the industry can get behind, because it's a beautiful campaign. The video, everything. You're welcome. The production is all excellent, and like. Out of home needs more stories like that. Like, what got you into why did you choose out of home? Like, what was so compelling about the medium?
I don't know. There is something. Actually, one of my first advertising campaign I did was in 1992, and it went on billboard. And then I did a campaign probably in 95 on billboards for the city of Montreal, and it. There's something mysterious about that. It's big, it's real, it's paper, it's printed, And the fact that, there's not that many magazines left on the market. And I was looking for a place where I can, print my pictures. And I found I can use the billboard medium as an editorial medium. So it's kind of between advertising and freedom of magazine that I had in the past. So there is something there about the paper that I really like.
And I agree. As somebody with stacks of books everywhere, I like to touch it. And I was having this conversation with a colleague the other day around, like, I don't know that the creative community has been, fully given the keys to out of home. I feel like there's a whole untapped opportunity amongst creatives to take advantage of out of home. Do you see more folks being drawn to out of home because of that? Or do you think that there's something that we could do to maybe trigger that process to happen?
I don't know what to say about that, but just to bring back your previous question, the other thing that really inspired me about the billboards is I did a road trip 2 years ago, 2019, with my son, who was 15. So I did all the old Route 66 on my motorcycle, and there's tons of billboards. And I have to admit, most of them look like crap. So I was like, why?
Yeah.
And in Montreal, we have that debate where, people want to bring down the billboard in some area because it looks crap. So advertisers think that, we should put the brand forward. We should, brand the brand. But they don't really think about who's looking at the brand, who's looking at the message in a sense of aesthetic. They don't want to please people. They want to sell. And that's their job. This is normal. I understand. But I wanted to create something that is a little more engaging. You look at this and you want to know what it is, and you feel that you can be part of it as well. So this is the kind of reflection I got about this project.
Yeah, it's something that definitely out of home has a superpower, and it's that, and it's sometimes a debate inside of out of home of shifting to more digital screens because it's easier to buy, and big brands like the flexibility of being able to do that, but it's the static, it's the print stuff that makes the screens so valuable. Right. If everything was just a screen, we'd stop paying attention to everything, I think.
Yeah. But the first part of the project I did last year, it was on digital billboards, and it doesn't translate. Let's say that.
It's a different effect, right? It has its place in the mix.
It doesn't work.
Right.
Not for me.
Sure. Yeah, no. And that's honest to hear. And that's ultimately, like, out of home as an industry is in pursuit of that, right? Solving for your goal, right? Your goal, which is to create like a visceral, like emotional response, something that I can actually like attach to in the real world in this digitized landscape where we're all burnt out from, looking at screens all day, to create something in the real world. And I think that that's really important. And especially now. What's next for the project?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking for other opportunities. The idea is there, but at the same time, I'm open to other ideas that can, bring that project to another level.
I think that there's definitely some collaboration opportunities here. We're going to have to talk.
There is already
talk a little bit more offline. I'm excited to get to that. For folks that are interested in checking out the project, imooh.com. Is there any place else that they should be going to keep an eye on things?
We'll see.
That's it. Some hashtags on Twitter. Definitely encourage you to check out the video. We'll make sure to link to that in the show notes below. Yanick, we like to ask guests a few questions here. Are you down for a couple of questions?
Sure.
Cool. What is the thing you are most excited about in 2021?
The future. I think that we're in a crisis moment. And I think from all that thing that happened, very good thing will come out. I think people will be closer together to help each other. And I think it's going to be very creative in terms of everything.
Yeah. I'm down for that too. And those are all really good things. Yeah. Are you a podcast guy? Are you a reader? Where do you go for inspiration, motivation?
I would say I have good friends, good inspiration about, deep sense of helping others. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm a web guy. I'm spending a lot of time on the web, like most of the people. But that's funny because that project looked like a social media thing. And I'm very poor with my Instagram account. I just have hard time to manage that. It's not my thing, but I like the look. So, I get inspired by that, man.
I dig it. Maybe maybe there's somebody that can help you out with this Instagram reach out. If they want to get in touch, how should they get in touch with you directly?
My website, yannickdery.com or iamooh.com.
Awesome. Yanick, it's been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
All right. If you found this to be helpful, inspirational, motivational, if you want to share it, please go ahead and do that. Share it with somebody in your network today. And as always, make sure to smash that subscribe button down there in the corner, and we'll see y'all next time.
Quarter century, I finally came to my senses. I finally got my hand up on the tinted Benz, kid. I see the world clear through my tinted lenses. With the dream and the drive, the possibilities endless. Now print that, send this all the way to Tokyo. Take a trip down south, down to Mexico. Next stop, Shanghai, the world-class trade show. First class all the way, cause that's how we roll. Yeah, call us the rock star businessman. Rockin' shows, we handle business, man. We got our own future in the palm of our hands, cause divided